All right, take two.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
The door didn't open this time.
It didn't open this time. Last time we just tried to start and we did it really professional like we counted down from 5 and
Totally
everything.
professional.
Because that's how we roll. And then my husband came in and was like, have you seen my iPad?
Nope.
No. Anyway. Hi. This is the Queen City Yarn Dying to Knit podcast. It's episode 12. Got a guest again. Thanks to everybody at Virginia Beach who was like, hey, Janice, we really enjoyed having you on the podcast and you should totally record with Kristen again. Thank you.
And thank you for not recording yesterday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can be flexible.
I couldn't do it yesterday.
As long as it's in the morning when my kids are at school. Because I don't think anybody wants to see podcasts when they're like all over the place.
I mean, maybe.
It'd be cute, but it's hard to concentrate on things.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
It's hard to be on the other side of FaceTime.
Did we turn the microphone on?
Mm-hmm.
It's on? The light's not on.
It's fine.
Okay. So I set up the microphone that Janice let me use last time, and I didn't set it up right. So maybe you can hear us really super loud and clear today.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Anyway.
So thank you to the Virginia Beach ladies who told me your audio quality was no better. And I was like, I think I know why.
Also, she wasn't surprised at all. And she just told me how to do 10 things on the computer.
Next, we're going to make it so our shipping labels print correctly.
Wouldn't that be awesome? After we buy a new roll of shipping label stickers. I printed a shipping label, and the shipping label came out, and then 15 other labels came out. With a line on each of them.
Works fine on my computer, so clearly something's not turned on correctly on yours.
It worked great with PayPal shipping, and I was like, this is awesome! It's printing all these labels to ship out for custom orders of wasn't in the Shopify thing. This is amazing. This is going to make my life so great. No more fighting about shipping labels and having, fighting with the printer and having to cut them and tape them on. Just peel and stick. Stick a Queen City sticker on there. Looks so fancy. I'm trying to print one out before I go and pick my son up from school. And I'm I'm going to just print this out real quick. And it's zzz, zzz, zzz.
Those aren't cheap, so we got to fix that.
Yeah. So that's on the list of things to do today.
Yes. So we didn't introduce ourselves. We didn't do your proper, introduction thing.
Yeah.
We just started talking.
True.
Do you want to do that?
Sure.
You're in charge.
So,
I'm not in charge
I'm
of this.
Kristen.
This is not my deal. This is not my podcast. I'm not in charge.
You're my guest host.
Just going to say,
Coffee with Kristen.
drink my latte.
With knitting, yes. Okay, so this is the Queen City Yarn Dying to Knit podcast. This is episode 12. Today is Friday, March the 8th. And I think it's almost exactly 1 month. How did you make yarn be on there?
Oh.
She has an Apple Watch, and I do too. And it's a picture of Juicy, which is one of my favorite colorways. You have all of them on there.
Okay, this is so confusing. It changes.
There's another thing that Janice has to make happen in my life.
I can't show you. Here, let me snuggle with you. See that?
You want to snuggle with me because of my sweater anyway, because I feel like a teddy bear.
So can I tell a story?
Yeah.
So,
then I'll finish the introduction. Tell the story, go ahead.
So I got here and Kristen was like, you want to give me a hug? And I was like, do you need a hug? I'm happy to hand out hugs. I mean, I'm not 3-year-old Caitlin who has 2 a day that she's allowed to give out. And so I was like, do you need a hug or do I need to touch your new sweater? The answer was both.
Because I feel like a teddy bear.
You are pretty soft.
I'm very, very snuggly.
I wouldn't want to cry on you, though.
It's okay.
I don't know why I
blocked it.
Stuffed animals with crying, but I do.
You could cry on my shoulder if you need to. It blocked fine. I saw a podcaster talking about it and was afraid to wet block it, but I wet blocked it and it was fine. I mean, I did put it in a garment bag to get it out of the water, so it wouldn't be
right,
all big stretchy.
Yep.
But it blocked out fine. And I love it.
Well, so here's a news flash, people. Yarn has been wet before.
It's true.
Many times.
Very true.
Especially if it's dyed.
Yeah. So, but this is like the, with the blown in
Yeah.
merino, which I said mohair the last time because I was on top of my game, as usual. So anyway, yes, I feel like a teddy bear, and also I give good hugs.
You do give good hugs. You don't give Anne hugs, but you do give pretty good hugs.
Nobody gives Anne hugs but Anne.
It's true.
Anne, we need hugs. We
I haven't
miss
seen
you.
Anne in
We miss you so much.
a million years.
She is the other half of the Carolina Fiber Girls, which is the podcast.
An
Janice.
expert hugger.
And yes, that is one of the qualities that's like highest on my qualities I
She
love
has
about
many good
Anne
qualities, but that is
list. One of my favorites.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Anne. We miss you.
Yes.
I want to finish introducing us now.
Okay, go. Sorry.
This is
I'm
going to
stay
be
here and drink my latte.
a babbly because we do that when we get together. So, okay. So I'm Kristen.
I'm Janice. I'm supposed to talk to me?
Yeah. So you can find me on Instagram as Kristen C. And both of us post as Queen City Yarn. Because that's how we die. Yarn. And that's Janice Picker. And she's Janice Picker everywhere in the whole wide world.
In all of the places.
Mm-hmm. And you can find this podcast. If you haven't found it on YouTube, you can find it on our website and all the yarn and all kinds of pretty things at queencityyarn.com.
Yay.
Yep. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Oh, yes. If you're new, thanks for joining and checking us out. And if you're coming back for more, thanks for coming back. I watched a podcast this week, and, that was part of the intro, and I was like, I need to do that every time because it is fun. Thanks for coming and knitting with me and with Janice today. So, yay. Okay, so today there's lots of finished objects. Well, not lots, but some finished objects and some whips and some fun things to talk about. New yarn to show. Yay, and it's green.
Oh, yes. That's right. I teased that you would show that on the last episode, and you didn't.
I didn't. No, I don't know. I don't think it was twisted. Maybe it was twisted. I don't know. I didn't show it. And then another new spring speckle called Deep Eddy.
Oh, yeah.
Because vodka. If you haven't tried Deep Eddy vodka yet, Deep Eddy peach vodka, if you like to drink or just sip on something delicious, highly recommend it. Goes great with lemonade or any other fruit.
I feel like I didn't. Did I try it that first night at Frolic?
I think you did.
I think
The second night you didn't feel well, so you didn't drink
the
any.
second night I was super sick.
I'm pretty sure you did try it. That's good. It's really good.
Don't remember.
And it does not taste like vodka. Not that vodka's bad tasting. Sometimes it can be, I suppose. But anyway, it's delicious. Highly recommend. So there's a colorway named after that because it's my new favorite drink.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about FOs.
Okay.
I showed this one last time, but this is the first time y'all seen it on me. This is my Turtle Dove by Espace Tricot without the turtleneck thing.
Oh, it's supposed to have a turtleneck?
Yeah, it has like a funnel, not like a big fold over one. But
Which is totally-
I can't do things like close
You're
to my neck.
anti-neck.
No. My husband gave me the an Under Armour hoodie that didn't fit him anymore because he's got like big old long arms and I shrink things in the dryer sometimes. Anyway, it didn't fit him anymore, so he gave it to me. So I threw it on this morning to take Caitlin to school, and it's got like it doesn't have like the open hoodie kind of neck. It has like this like, I don't know, thing here. The whole ride to school I was like, oh, because it was like choking me.
You are very anti-neck.
I'm very anti-neck. I like big open necks.
You do.
I do. Okay, let's talk about yours.
So, I feel like I shouldn't put this here. Sorry if that's really loud. Yell at us. We won't do it again.
Yeah.
So I finished my party top. Yay! So, it is out of Calories Don't Count on Your Birthday, which is a colorway Kristen designed for her mother's birthday, Christmas.
Birthday.
Joe gets birthday, Christmas, and Mother's Day yarn.
Most of the time.
I get them confused.
Yeah.
So it's cropped.
It's so cute. I love it so much.
And I like it. I like it so much. There's another crop sweater coming. Yay! Just saying.
It looks really good with your dress.
I like it.
Yeah.
So
Janice came in looking real fancy today, and I was like, "What?"
Video podcast, man. You even put some lipstick on. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's this side. So yeah, I modified the pattern a little bit. I did knit it in my correct size. And when I say my correct size, I mean my correct size, not the like 5 inches of negative ease the pattern calls for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would have been uncomfortable, probably.
My boobs don't need more emphasis.
That's true.
Sorry.
They'd be like, let me out of here.
Yeah, they'd be like, let me out of here. Exactly. So I did knit my correct size, and then the neckline is obviously very open, and I'm okay with that. But what I did do is I did short rows that the pattern does not call for. I put them in kind of off your Humulus sweater.
Yeah. I love the way the neck of that sweater fits.
I stole your Humulus pattern, and this is really confusing. Sorry.
It is confusing.
So I did some short rows, and basically what that means is I get this little triangle in the front here.
Nice triangle.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But that's the only place you can see it on the front, and then, I brought the back up a little bit. And then the only other modification I made was I made the sleeves full length.
It looks so good on you.
So I like it.
Yay.
So, yeah.
So did you finish it at Virginia Beach?
I did. So I was at the Virginia Beach Yarn Getaway vending and selling yarn. Mm-hmm. And then I had also done a little meet and greet at the pop-up at Baba Sheep on Thursday night. And my intention was to wear this dress and this sweater Thursday night. Didn't happen. I finished the sweater on Saturday.
Did you? Did you wear it Saturday?
I didn't.
No.
I finished it like during the day.
Oh. I'd have been like, excuse me. Okay.
No.
Wardrobe change.
Nope.
Like I did at the Frolic when I finished my pants.
No, because that would have required putting on the dress, and I didn't really want to wear the dress.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're wearing it today. It looks super cute on you.
And then I wore it, I taught sock class on Saturday, so I wore it in the dress Saturday to teach sock class. I like it. So I love this colorway.
Mm-hmm. It's very pretty.
But yeah.
Yay. Mom loves it too. She knit the Tide chart out of it, which is that sweater I want to cast on in October. Mm-hmm. That I wound the yarn, but I haven't cast on yet. So, okay. Do you want to see some more FOs? You may remember these socks from like a super duper like years ago.
There is a picture of a very small Ryan wearing one of those.
Yeah, he was like
toes.
2, I think.
He wasn't wearing the sock. He was wearing the toe.
Right. So these are from mini skeins. So this is how much of a sock I can get out of a mini skein. Each was a mini skein.
Nice.
And then I did.
Clearly, each skein is unique.
Yeah. So I think this one was on the bottom of the dye lot. Tucked under the yarn. Mm-hmm. This one was either on the side or on top. You know what I mean? So it got more of the color. But anyway, I really like them. I already wore them. That I wanted to show them. So I used slate for the heels, and then Home Team for the cuffs.
Cool.
Yeah. So I love them. And I really like this length. So I have a couple of socks on the needles that have this length cuff. So that's a FO from me. Do you have any more FOs?
I do. Should we talk about this or no?
I was going to have you show that then, but
we'll
you can talk about it now
if you want to.
We'll
do that at the end.
Okay.
So I do have one FO, but you got to go again first.
Okay. Well, let me show this one because I talked about it last time.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about that one. Okay, so last time I showed you my Impress hat. And this one was done in the Huddle is Real. And it's got this like lace, but it's like looks like a cable. And I said, oh, I love it in this hand-painted colorway, but I'm going to knit it in tonal. So you can really, really see the pattern there. So this one is like a true slouchy hat. This one is like sort of slouchy hat. And then my mom also knit a sample. So this one is Berry Stomp. This is the Huddle is Real. And this one is Lost Princess. So this is a beanie. So I released this hat pattern right before the Virginia Beach yarn getaway. And so this is the beanie one, which I really love.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah. I think this one actually might be my favorite length. But also, I don't know, maybe it's because of the color. Because I really love Berry Stomp. So.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a really pretty color.
Mm-hmm. And this one I tried on last time. But, you know, while I'm messing up my hairdo.
Might as well.
Might as well. And this is the huddle. It looked like a Smurf for a second. Is it just me? It kind of did, right, if it was white. So anyway, this is the one in the huddle. And it's super slouchy.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so this pattern has instructions. The Impress hat pattern has instructions, measurements to make the different lengths. It just depends on how much pattern you knit before you start the crown.
So you like do the pattern once, twice, or 3 times?
Yeah, something like that. But more than once, because that would be like
Right.
a little like
Right.
like
I was trying to be generic.
True. Yeah. Okay, so that's the Impress hat, and that's live on Ravelry. And so cool thing about this, and I didn't bring my cowl, but the Every Which Way cowl that I knit with a skein of black socks and a skein of The Huddle Is Real. This is the leftovers from that.
Yes.
So
you could get a set.
Yeah, you could get the Every Which Way cowl and use your coordinating color that you used for the little arrows to make a matching hat.
Several people at Virginia Beach are going to do that.
Yeah. And then this Berry Stomp is the leftover Berry Stomp from the colorwork on my Humulus sweater. So you can also, if you're a size medium, like what I knit, you can knit a hat, the medium size, the sort of slouchy size, with your leftovers from your colorwork, so you can be like super styling and matching and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's the Impress hat.
So at Virginia Beach, I was encouraging folks to take pictures to try them on, because all 3 were there.
Yeah.
To try them on and tag you on Instagram. So I think that happened a couple of times.
It did. And it was cool, because I was like, oh, part of me is there. At least I'm giving them the head hugs.
Yes.
So anyway.
Do you want to talk about the cool thing my amazing husband did on the website about this?
I made the front page of the website, y'all. I was really excited about it. Like, everything excites me, but this is really neat. Like, so as I talked about last time when I said, hey, we have our new website up or whatever, like, I don't know how to make those things work, but Janice and Brian do. And Brian did this really cool thing where there's like a project feature on the front page. Mm-hmm. And so it was a picture of me in this hat, which is the one that is an FO for this week that I knit. And it links to the yarn that you can use for it, and then also to the pattern on Ravelry. And I was like, I'm so fancy. Look at me on the front page of the website.
The only thing was,
it made me really excited.
Brian was working on it, and you found it.
Yeah, I went to the website.
I don't know why. Like, it was.
I don't know why I went to the website.
Yeah, it was one of those, like, it wasn't late, but it was one of those nights that, like, Brian's working on this, and I'm like, she's not going to notice it. Like, I'll tell her when it's done, and she'll go find it. And you didn't. You, like, for some reason, you were on the website, and you found it half done, and you're like, oh my God! And I was like,
it amazed me at the point that it was at. I was like, what? I'm on the front page of the website. I'm so fancy.
So, and then you threw a wrench at him. Do you know this?
What?
So on the yarn page, you were like, I want a picture of the hat on the yarn page.
Oh, yeah.
Which isn't part of the standard template. So he's like hacking the code trying to do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
He figured out how to do it, and now he knows how.
It looks great. It was cool, though. I'm very excited about it.
It's still there. Go check it out.
Go see me on the front page of the website. Fancy. In my pink hat. Impress hat. Yes, the Impress hat. So that's on Ravelry and the website and all that jazz. Okay, there's another one.
Another hat?
Another hat. I have another.
I think she just wants to be on the front page again.
I'm just having really a lot of fun designing hats.
Well, you talked about this when we recorded last time. You had done you did a lot of Christmas knitting.
Yes.
But a lot of the Christmas knitting you did, you intended for it to be patterns later.
Yes.
Because you didn't have time to do it all at the same time.
Right.
And so spoiler alert,
oftentimes,
patterns are coming.
Yeah. Oftentimes when I knit a hat, it takes me a few times to like make the crown work the way I want it to. because I always want the patterning to work into the crown. So you may remember something very similar to this from our last episode that we did together in December, and it was gray, and it's a hat that I gave to my brother-in-law's girlfriend, Amanda, for Christmas. And so this one is in eggplant, and this is going to be called the off-the-cuff hat, and it's like a rib pattern, but it has like a nod to brioche, like this row of stitches here is a brioche stitch. So the cuff of my...
So if you've never done brioche before, don't freak out.
Yeah, no.
You're only doing it for one stitch, and she walks you through it really well.
Yeah, it's super easy to do. It's not a complicated thing, not a complicated stitch to make. Certainly not in its application here in this hat, for sure.
Correct.
So I have a sweater from Ann Taylor that I've had probably since I had my first job. And the cuff, it looks like this. And I just like, oh gosh, it's so pretty, like this pattern on the cuff. So I was wearing the cuff when I was starting that gray hat, and I was like, okay, so this is going to be how it's going to work. So it took a few tries, but I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. So this is called the off the cuff hat. And it's knit in Biddleville DK. This is the eggplant colorway. And this is, again, mine's really slouchy because I super love a slouchy hat. But this is another hat that you could put your hair up in a big on top of your head bun and still be able to rock it. But the pattern also gives instructions for what length to knit it for to get the different heights. And yeah, so I'm really excited about it. It's with testers now. And some of them have finished. So coming soon at the end of March.
So I guess it was Saturday. I texted you and I was like, don't you have a hat?
Yeah, you were like, I'm going to the movies.
I'm going to the movies in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I have nothing on the needles that I can knit on. So send me that hat pattern. So you did. And I cast it on. I have not blocked mine yet. This is out of On Point, which is leftovers from my Nita Narwhal cowl. Mm-hmm. And because I was going to the movies, I didn't do your fancy tubular cast on. So I just did a German twisted.
But it looks really good. And I put it on. It doesn't squeeze your head or anything. So
now that you've ruined your hair.
It's not ruined. I still look so good.
It's true. It's not ruined at all. So I
really like it.
We need to measure it because I don't think
You said you didn't think you had quite enough to go.
I didn't think I had enough yarn.
The full slouch.
So I think I did it a little shorter.
Yeah.
You'll have to measure it.
Yeah.
And clearly my gauge is different than yours. I didn't swatch.
You are tighter.
I went to the movies.
Yeah. But also it loosens a little when you block it. This yarn loosens a little. So I love it. I really like how it swirls. Our friend Alexis also knit it in a hand painted. She used what's it called? Modern Nutcracker. She used Modern Nutcracker. And it turned out really cool too. It did the swirly thing. But I think because of the stitch pattern, it's not a real busy, crazy stitch pattern. Mm-mm. So I think it works with this. I mean, the stitch pattern definitely shows more clearly, I think, on this one. But I think it looks really cool here.
Yeah.
So, yay!
So yay.
Off the cuff hat. Coming soon. Definitely will be released towards the end of March is the plan.
Cool.
So, yay!
Yay!
Okay. I have 2 more of those.
That's all I've knit.
Okay. Okay, so this I showed last time. This is called Inseparable. This is the number 1 by Tammy Gore. And this is knit in our Plaza Midwood Bulky. So the last time I showed it, I had messed up. And I said, I'm going to rip this out and start over again. So I did. And actually, I knit it in 2 days. Not even 2 days, 2 evenings after I put the kids to bed. So it's really cool. What I had messed up was simply not because of the pattern at all, simply because I was only knitting on it at night after I put the kids to bed and I was tired. And you increase on an end, right? And I would just knit and then I'd be like, And the first time I was like, oh, I'll just increase on this other end here. And it's a shawl, a cowl thing. Like, you won't be able to tell. And I think if it was in fingering weight yarn, you wouldn't be able to tell. But because it's in bulky yarn, like, it was like, hey, look at this mistake I made.
Yeah.
So this is the Holiday Cocktails colorway. This was a fun pattern to knit. It looked super weird when I got done with it.
She FaceTimes me and she's like, I don't know how to put this together.
Yeah. So at the end of the pattern, it actually has 3 of these types of designs. These, like, you knit it flat and then you seam it together to make it into this cowl. So it has 3 of them in the pattern. And I was doing the first one, which was on, like, the first page. And the schematic with instructions on seaming it were the last page. Because it encompassed all of them.
Gotcha.
So when I was looking, I was like, I don't know how to make it work. Like, I don't know what to do here. But I blocked it. And then
had to read the pattern?
Yeah. Imagine that. To find out what a designer is wanting you to do, read what they ask you to do.
All of the pages.
Right. Yeah. All the way to the end. So anyway, it was cool. It was a fun knit and very, very fast. And I used like 1.5 skeins of Plasmid Wood Bulky. And it has bobbles, which are exciting. I don't know. I think they're fun. So, yeah, it was fun. And then I finished it. And then Janice took it up for the retreat. And then took it to me to keep her warm and cozy.
And then is taking it back.
And she's taking it back. There you go.
I like to wear it.
Yeah. So I have one more FO. It's another...
This podcast is brought to you by Tammy Gore.
True that. So I finished that, which was a pattern that she had already released, and I just thought was cute for our bulky weight yarn. And then, so I'm following her on Instagram. So then I see this, like, super cool cowl. And it says testers. And I was like, ooh, that looks like fun. So I asked if I could test knit, and she said yes. And so I did, and I'm very excited about it. I should have brought the skeins. I have the skeins of Deep Eddy. So this hand paint, it's going to be called the Grain Line Cowl. And it's a fingering weight cowl, which is reminiscent of, like, that Joji 3-color, like the size of it or whatever is reminiscent of that. Yeah, it's a little longer.
It's very similar.
But I like it. And so it's got some lace, which was fun to do. This was lace like I haven't done in a really long time because it was lace on every round. I don't think I've done that kind of lace since the kids were born. It wasn't difficult, like, by any stretch of the means. It was just like, oh man, where's, like, a plain knit round?
Yeah.
Because again, I was knitting on it in the evening, so.
Well, your plain knit row was right here.
Yeah, I know, but, like, during this part, and it's the same laces on both ends. It's knit, it's a lace every round, but it wasn't difficult. And then stripes. So this is Deep Eddy. The speckle is Deep Eddy, which is our new spring speckle. And I actually this is on DK, our Biddleville DK. So it's a fun, like, neutral speckle with, like, a hint of peach, and then some pops of fun corals and pinks and yellows and oranges.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I'm totally in love with it. So that's used. And then this stripe here is Showgirls, which is, like, probably my favorite coral in the shop. And then here's Poppy and Just Peachy. And that's all of them. So it was a full skein of Deep Eddy, which I didn't use all of it. I still have about 30 grams, which I'm going to totally knit socks with, shorty socks. And then mini skeins of the other colors.
Yeah.
So it was, it worked up quick. And I'm pretty sure she's planning on releasing this pattern towards the end of, I stuck wires in it when I blocked it. That's why there's, like, a little bump there.
Oh, a little seam.
Yeah. So towards the end of March, she'll be releasing this. And this is a Tammy Gore design. And she's got some really pretty shawls, like multicolor shawls and, like, across different weights of yarn, which is nice.
Yes.
So if you don't feel like knitting a fingering weight shawl.
If you're over a fingering weight shawl.
Yeah. There's DK.
You can do a bulky one.
You can do bulky. She's got quite a few bulky patterns. She's got some DK patterns. But yeah.
Nice.
So that's that. And that's,
Up and coming.
yes. And that's all of my FOs.
Sweet.
Fashion is over now.
All right.
Okay. So, what you got on the needles? Do you want to go?
I've got
I need more coffee.
4 things. My cup's empty.
Okay. I've got one. I also have 4 things.
Oh, I
What?
have 4.
That bag is sparkly.
It is sparkly.
What's in your sparkly bag? You don't want to show that one first?
Well, we can show this one first. So
Where'd you get the sparkly bag from? It's really
we got to
pretty.
back up a little bit.
Okay. Sorry.
I got back from Virginia Beach and then immediately got on an airplane to go home to Maine. High of 17.
Mm-hmm. It's a little chilly.
It was a lot chilly. Note to self, don't have enough warm sweaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't have winter sweaters.
Did you bring your 10-day sweater?
I didn't.
That would have been the best sweater to take
Why?
because it's warm
It is warm.
and it covers your hiney when you have to sit down on stuff.
True.
I wore it the last time it snowed here. Not this year because it all was like snow and then rain, so we didn't get to play in it. But I think last year when it snowed and I was out with the kids, I wore that.
I wore my weekender.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing flying sweater, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I wore my weekender and then I brought my Maritime, which is made out of Ross Farms Shetland. It's white. It's all over cable. Super warm.
Yeah.
So I brought those 2 sweaters. So I needed to go home. We had a family thing, unexpected. So thank you to all of you who have reached out about my grandfather. He's doing much better and probably going home. So I left on an airplane with clothes thinking I was going to my grandfather's funeral. Nope.
It's a happy change of
events
for sure.
Absolutely happy change of plans, but completely unexpected.
Yeah.
So while I was there was a yarn store on Main Street that I popped into.
Ooh,
and get ready for this, guys. It's a yarn and wine store.
That sounds like a perfect place to be. I'm gonna go there.
I feel like it's like the start of our business.
That is how we started. Coffee in the morning, wine in the evening.
Yes.
Always knitting, always color.
So I popped in there, and it's one of those like Main Street shotgun style like little shops, and it's got tons of built-in shelving, and one side of it, I would say like 3/4 of that side is all wine, and then there's a little table in the back where you could sit and knit, and then the whole other side is all yarn, and then there's a little sitting area in the middle, and then on the wine side there's also some like notions. And I picked this up.
It's really pretty and
It's
sparkly.
so cute. It's sparkly.
The
and
fabric reminds me of the sparkly bag I have.
it's super cute. And I loved the interior fabric too. So I bought that.
Who's it by? Do you know?
The owner of the store.
Really?
She's like,
How cool.
yeah. So, and then she had, she had some dish towels and she had some napkins in there. And then she had some aprons, like.
That sounds so cute.
So, smart little business owner is like, I'm not buying that from somebody else. I'll just make it.
Yeah.
So, So in here is the swatch of a new cropped sweater that I'm going to be making. And this is just some leftover
Jam session
that I think was left over from the wick line that Java Jenny knit us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just swatching using that because I don't want to swatch using my actual yarn. It's the
Yeah.
same yarn.
Yeah.
So I am going to make the Michelda. Is that how you would say that?
I would say Michelda.
Yeah.
It's that.
It's in an older issue of Pom Pom. And yeah, so the sweater.
You should show this one.
Yeah. So the sweater looks like this. And it's just got a little rib texture.
Mm-hmm. It's really cute.
So
If it's ribbed, why are you swatching in seed stitch?
Because it's seed stitch, then rib, then seed stitch, then rib. So if you look, the lines there are the seed stitch. So it's seed stitch, rib. So you can see the lines going across is the seed stitch, and then it's the rib.
That's cool.
So yeah, so I am knitting that. I am swatching for that. I started that yesterday. I am swatching for that, and I am going to knit it out of some Oops yarn.
Yeah. It's really pretty.
So
You have it.
it was supposed to be this color. And actually,
It's a little bit more minty.
it looks a lot closer. Oh, maybe not. It looks a lot closer on camera than it is in real life.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Unicorns of the Sea.
Mm-hmm. Which is the tonal,
Which,
obviously.
yeah. But it went a little green.
Yeah, a little minty.
So one of the things that I brought to Virginia Beach was a bucket of oopses. And the bucket of oopses, there was nothing wrong with them. They were just
Not the
colors
color.
that weren't quite what they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
And this was one of them. And so we had them super on sale. And then if you bought the zip tied ones, which were a full dye lot, you got an additional discount on. And I came home and we were unpacking. And this one was still zip tied together. And you were like, here, make something. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And it just happened to land on my printer on top of this.
It's like meant to be. It's so pretty.
So I'm going to sew something and knit something
What are you going to sew?
for ZK. I think I'm going to sew that tunic pattern that your mom got me for Christmas.
Oh, that'll look really cute under that
That'd be
crop
cute.
top. Yes.
So crop top, tunic, ZK.
Totally do
So
it.
if you're going to ZK, there's a couple of us doing what we're calling an outfit along.
Fancy.
Sew something, knit something. So if you want in,
You should do it.
let
Yeah.
us know.
Do it. If you sew. Otherwise, you could be like me and be like, Mom. If your mom sews. And she's awesome like mine.
Yes. So that is upcoming. That is my outfit along for ZK.
Nice. Sorry, I was like, ooh, shiny.
I really love the bag.
So it
It's
was-
super cute.
It is cute. But look, it like...
Oh yeah,
They're both so shiny.
it's
gotta be
definitely the same
kind of
fabric. It is
Yeah.
definitely the same fabric.
Isn't it pretty?
It's
I
just
totally
different
love
colors.
it.
I've been stalking her.
She has really pretty stuff. I'm not ordering another one though. Not now. I kind of want the big one because Diana.
Diana has the big one. I'm stalking the big one.
It has the thing. She has a pre-order right now.
Not for that.
Oh.
I
But
looked.
it has this thing inside.
So you can kind of see it in this. She's got like this liner in here that you can snap together.
So your sweater doesn't get zipped in the zipper.
So your sweater doesn't get zipped in the zipper, but you also then have these little side pockets to throw stuff in.
Yeah, I kind of want the big one. I haven't got it yet.
I want the big one, but she doesn't currently have any on the website that I like.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are totally.
I also have a Notions pouch from her
the
not
little
with me.
Notion wallet
that
thing.
opens up. It's amazing.
I was looking at that.
Amazing. I love it.
I actually currently all of my pattern sales are sitting in my PayPal funds, and they're intentionally sitting there for the large
Waiting for
version.
one per bag.
Yes.
I paid for Caitlin's, she does like extra tutoring with her teacher for the sales set. So thank you to everybody who bought patterns at Virginia Beach. And then after, because we paid for Caitlin's extra reading help,
Nice.
which is awesome. And it's like work. She's good at reading, but she like doesn't have as much confidence as I'd like her to do. And so it's helping. So, and yay for pattern sales paying for it.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, now we're talking about sparkly bags. I will show what's in mine.
Okay.
Okay, so in this bag is my, this is Woodsy and Wild. I don't know if we said.
We didn't say.
It's Woodsy and Wild. And I
Who
really,
also
really like it.
ditched Etsy.
Did she?
She did.
Nice. So in my bag is my Maybe If I Start Now Christmas socks. And this is Stranded Dye Works and the 8020 BFL base, and it's Naughty List is the colorway. I don't know if that got like not fuzzy, but I said it, so. This is the colorway. It's like this pretty minty, like greeny minty mint color with speckles. So
it's a minty mint color?
I did a really good job explaining that. The mintiness of the color. So Janice brought me this yarn back from Disney. Mm-hmm. And was like, oh, we should do a knit-along because I get a skiing too. And so it was cast on New Year's Day, so I did. And
you did.
I did. All by myself. Knitting all along together by myself. And I started it and it was going to just be like my regular like mid-calf sock. So I did like the regular like, let's call that 2-inch rib, which is always probably closer to 1.5 inches, but that's what it always is. And then I'm going down the leg and I was wearing a pair of socks my mom gave me. And they were shorter cuff. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. So then I just started my heel. And I did the double gusset heel, which is my fave by my girl Christy. Turtle Girl 76 offers that for free on Ravelry. So check it out. And it's toe time. I just haven't done it yet, but it's toe time on my first one. So yay. And that's where I am with that. So, did you cast yours on? Are we knitting together?
So after much peer pressure, because I'm just not in a sock knitting place. Like, I'm just not. I have no desire to knit socks right now for whatever reason.
The funny thing is, though, like the knitting time that you have is probably better suited for sock knitting because you have so many different things going on that with socks, like you can pick up and do a round and be like, okay, put that down. Like I don't have to mark on a pattern or anything like that.
True.
Which is why I have so many sock whips.
Very true. So I started my sock.
Yay! Sock twins.
Mine is a different base. Mine is shoved in the middle.
I should probably wait because I did say it's toe time and I know it is. I should not knit on this.
So mine's living in my little Java Jenny beer bag.
Yay!
So mine, what base is mine on?
Yours looks like 75-25. Looks like our Noda base.
It is our Noda base.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is 75-25. Like I said, it's Noda.
Look how different it looks. This, colors always take a little... Sorry, I just threw your sock on the floor. Take to different bases differently, but, same colorway. Mm-hmm. This one's mine, which is a 2-ply, and this is the 4-ply, which is Janice's. That's so cool. Mm-hmm. I love seeing colors dyed on different bases. Anyway, okay. I'll keep your sock back now.
So I started this after much peer pressure to join our knit along.
Yeah, because I'm like, come on, I'm working on my sock. Have you cast your sock on yet? Have you cast your sock on yet?
Mm-hmm. So I started it, and I started the ribbing. And I didn't even do your, faux 2 inches. I did, I think, 12 rows.
But had you already decided that they were going to be shorty socks when you cast on? No.
I cast on because you kept berating me to cast on.
Yeah.
So I did. And, yeah.
Now we're knitting along together.
So I cast on, and then So for those of you who haven't listened to the Carolina Fiber Girls podcast, this is how I knit socks. I knit on 9-inch circs. And then when I get to my heel flap, I change to DPNs to do my heel flap, my heel turn, and then my pickup. And then I go back to my 9-inch circs for my decreases on my double gusset heel. So I just leave the top stitches hanging out on my 9-inch circ. So I've started the heel flap. I've done 2 rows of it. And yeah, so Saturday at Virginia Beach, I guess a table full of us decided that we were going to venture out and check out one of the local breweries. And all I had on the needles was this and the sweater that wasn't done. So I wasn't going to take the sweater to the brewery. So I brought my sock and knit on my sock. And then last weekend, I taught sock class. And sock class required me to show them how to do the heel flap. Hence why I have 2 rows of heel flap.
That's why it was time for the heel flap. Yours are going to be about the same height as mine, though.
Yep.
Cool.
So yes, that's why they are as big as they are.
Well, I'm glad you're finally cast on.
I joined
and
the
knitting
knit
along with me
Yes.
in our naughty list knit along.
Yes.
Yay.
After do you have your phone?
Yes.
Is your phone handy?
Mm-hmm.
Open our text messages.
Me and you?
Yeah. I bet I just blew her mind by showing her how to do that.
I don't have to scroll all the way up for pictures.
You don't have to scroll all the way up through pictures. You can just click that little button and it'll show you just pictures.
Every time I hang out with Janice, I learn something new about the technology that I have.
I just love that they all saw it on your face right there. So, I was watching your podcast and you were berating me about not casting on with you. So I sent you this.
Yeah.
A screenshot or a picture of me watching you yell at me for not knitting my sock.
I wasn't yelling at you.
I was knitting my sock.
like, Janice, cast your sock on.
So
Yeah.
So yes, look at all those pictures by hitting that little button.
That is awesome.
This little info thing over there.
The more you know.
Yes.
It's amazing.
So, socks in
Yay.
my Java Jenny beer bag
Yay.
that I knit at the brewery.
That's the
Well
perfect project to take.
You know?
Yeah. How could you not decide to take socks when they're living in that bag?
Right?
You already had that bag. Yeah?
I
Or
did
did you buy
already
it
have-
that weekend?
No.
Because she was selling her bags too, right?
She was selling her bags.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't buy any bags. I bought our little beanies. Do you have those?
Mine's on my desk over there.
Well, you better get up and go get it.
'Cause I took it off I took it off the Deep Eddy that I was using for that.
So yeah, that's my sock. Are you?
Caitlin saw this on my desk the other day and was like, "Is that another one for me?" And I was like, "No, that one's mine."
So I bought 3 of these. The little sock.
They have crowns and unicorns on them.
They're yarn
And
socks, I think is
rainbows.
what Jenny calls them.
Yeah.
I need to text her and get a couple more of those because they're
I need to
adorable.
put it on this skinny yarn.
There you go.
So
So they're adorable, and I saw them, and I was like, "Wait, there's crowns and unicorns. We need 2 of those. Oh wait, we need 3."
yeah, Caitlin needs one too. Otherwise, I wouldn't have one. Because she immediately, we put it on her hat yarn
Nice.
for the hat she's still working on.
So, and several people wore them as bracelets at Virginia Beach,
Oh, that's
which
cute.
I thought was really cute.
That is cute.
And then, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is what you do with it.
And it holds your ball.
It-
Hold
yeah.
this ball, please.
That's what she said. So the only thing about them is I don't really need them because when I make a centerable ball, I pull from the outside.
I sometimes do, but sometimes I pull from the inside, like when I'm knitting on a walk-around sock.
Mhm.
Walk-around socks pull better from the inside because then your ball's not rolling all around.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So now
So,
your balls all rolling all around.
no.
You gotta keep them under control.
Dirty and stuff.
So, so yeah, I
Yeah.
said, I don't really need them, but I think they're adorable and
They are.
need to.
Well, you can wear it like a bracelet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about this yarn that I just put in this little ball bra or whatever it's called. What's it
She
called?
calls them yarn socks.
Yarn socks. So no balls involved.
No balls.
Okay. All right,
No balls.
Jenny.
No bras.
It could have been way more funny than yarn sock. I'm just saying. Like, oh man, what's the one? Those little bags, and it was called the ball sack.
Yes.
This was last year sometime, and
That
you
I
made me-
made.
yeah, you made me one too. You made me a a Tinkerbell one, which Caitlin wants. And I was like, you have to finish your hat first before you can have another bag.
There you go.
Can't have my Tinkerbell
I
bag.
actually have fabric to make her one, remember?
Maybe you should make her one. Maybe when she finishes, like, yay, you finished a project. Here's something new. This girl wants all of the knitting accessories, but is yet to finish a hat. I'm like, as long as she's interested, but no, I'm not going to buy you, like, all this knitting stuff when you haven't finished your hat yet.
Well, Aunt Janice bought her a ball bra, so.
It's not a ball. It's not a bra. It's a yarn sock.
Yes.
Jenny is, like, blue and clean, you know?
She
She doesn't want to make jokes about her.
And maybe it's
But we've been talking about her for, like,
it might
10
also
minutes
be
now.
the age of her children.
Yeah,
She does have 11-year-old twins,
that's true.
so they're at that age where
Where they giggle like we do. Yeah, because we're also like that.
11.
12. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, talk about your song.
Okay, so this is my next
We're
song.
an hour in already.
Yeah, well, you know, you can watch it. You can speed us up, and we'll be like... "Do-do-do-do-do." Okay, so this is in a Bink waffle bag. I don't know if you can see it. That says Bink waffle, which is this cute little bag. This is what I've been walking around with outside. So it's got this grommet thing. And go like
orange
so.
kitty cat version of that.
And then you stick it on your arm, and then you walk around and you knit. So that's what it's living in. Also, now living in my yarn sock. And this yarn is Curvy Wurvy. And it's
I love
RBF
that she's dying
Reboot.
again.
Me too. I love following her on Instagram. She's got the cutest little girl. And
Her
she
daughter
posts,
is adorable.
yeah, she posts all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, I remember my kids were that age. I'm like, man, she is like, how is she doing everything she's doing? And I don't know. It's a lot. But also, she's so cute. Her little girl is so
Her
cute.
little girl is adorable.
So
And I love that her little girl is judging how bad she is at doing her hair.
Yeah.
Did you see that
I
post
did see
yesterday?
that.
I was like, Sheree, she's not judging you. She just doesn't want pigtails.
Remember, like, Caitlin would let me put anything at all in her hair for the longest time?
Yeah.
And then I couldn't put anything in, and then it was, like, only for gymnastics. Like, she'd let me do pigtails for gymnastics.
Yep.
And then when she started preschool, it was like, no, you're painting every day. Yeah, we're putting your hair in pigtails. Anyway, this is RBF Reboot. This is the colorway. And I'm making shorty socks. Mid-row, but whatevs. So these were predetermined shorty socks. So they've only got like a little 1/2 inch, like 2 colors of ribbed cuff. And then I used Knit Picks. It's black. So it looks like this, but in a ball.
It's black yarn. It's
For the
fingering
heel.
weight yarn.
Yeah, for the heel, which I think looks really cool.
It does look really cool.
But I had to pick up my gusset stitches in the evening, and that was not awesome.
Are you doing 2 garter stitches at the end?
Yes, yeah, but still it's black. And you know, the lighting in my living room leaves a lot to be desired. Like
The lighting in your living room is not for knitting or surgery.
no, yeah, not at all.
It's for living rooms.
Yeah, and well, because it's like an open thing, there's not like a lamp beside my seat either. You know, because there's no like plugs in the floor.
There's no plugs in the floor?
No. Otherwise, there would be a lamp on each side of the couch. That's why my hot light lives up here instead of down there.
I feel like there was a... Anyways.
There's not. I wish there was. I really want to put more of those can light things in so I can have like right over top of me. Wouldn't that be nice? It'd be so nice. Anyway, it was hard to pick up the stitches, but they're picked up. And I did the double gusset. It's just like swooping up under and moving along. It's not toe time yet,
Getting there.
but it won't be too long and I'll be singing toe time.
There you go.
So I have 2 more things on the needles.
Me too. 3. Well, so despite not knitting on socks, and I'll talk about this for like 30 seconds, I was teaching sock class. So this was my knitting at the Disney retreat.
Living in your ball sack.
Living in my ball sack. Hence the mermaid yarn or mermaid little bag and carabiner, so I can hook it to my purse while knitting around the theme parks. So while I was at Disney, all I knit was this sock out of our Take a Hike colorway. Finished that. So I, to teach the cast on, I cast on a sock.
You didn't do any rib? Oh, but it's longer than the
Yeah.
other one, so it will stay up.
Yeah. So to teach the cast on, I did the cast on, and then I knit a little bit, and then I have done the heel flap on this one.
Yeah.
So because I was actually trying to finish the heel flap on this so I could demonstrate the heel turn in class, and then I jacked it up, so I ripped it back out. So yeah, I'm teaching them how to do a heel turn in class, and I did it wrong. You know. But hey, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
So, yes. And this is on double points because I was trying to show them the different ways you could knit socks.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So that's the only reason I've been knitting on these, and that was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it, though. I like that you have your... So when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's the rolled cuff, like the Jelly Roll socks. Is that what they're called? No, that's not what they're... Rosary Rollers socks is the ones that I made. And I did the roll, which I love the look of, but
Yeah.
mine was too short, and I think I also did my heel flap too short, and so it slips under my foot.
Yes.
So those are like kind of slippers now.
Mm.
They're my Saturday slippers
There you go.
sometimes.
Uh,
Sorry if you can hear that. That's the
The landscapers are
yard
here.
guy.
So, speaking of slippers,
Mm-hmm.
did you see the slippers Jenny gave me?
The cat ones? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, again, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Carolina Fiber Girls podcast, I have very small feet. And somebody, I believe it was a grandparent, got Jenny's 11-year-old daughter some black cat slippers for Christmas. They're too small. Guess who they fit? Guess who's worn them every day since Jenny gave them to me?
Have you? They do look really cozy.
Love them. So thank you, Jenny. And thank you, grandparent.
Yeah.
So,
Sending 2 small slippers.
so yes, I need to come up with something cute for Chloe and send it to her.
Yeah.
Like, I love my slippers, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I have 2 more things to show.
Me too.
Project-wise. All right, so the first one I'll show is my ornament. Oh, I had a finished ornament that I didn't show because I am on top of this making ornaments game. Look, it's so cute.
It is really cute.
Isn't it cute? So,
Is that out of the
yes.
Gail's Art
Mhm.
Sock Blink?
Yeah, so my friend brought me this bag of stuff that she was like Marie Kondoing out of her stash. And this was in there, and she had knit socks out of it, which I loved. And so I used it to knit this small little sock, and I even did like the little double gusset because I thought it was cute. So I was knitting on this. So I had a knitting group knit night here when my mom was in town. And it was
And
like...
while I was in 2-degree weather.
Yeah, you were in Maine. You had just left, I think, that day. Or maybe, no,
Left
the
the
day
day
before.
before,
Yeah. So, and I was like, oh, everybody look at this little, I hadn't done the toe yet. I was like, look at this little Christmas ornament. Aren't y'all so proud? Everybody's so proud of me, right? For keeping up with my goal to like knit one a month, that I'm actually doing it. So I was showing it off. And I'm like, oh, I'll definitely get it done by the end of February. And Alexis was like, tomorrow is the end of February. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I should knit the toe on there too. So anyway, I did finish it. I finished it on the 28th. So yeah. And so that's done. Another FO. And then I cast on another one, not right away. I cast this on, I think
Another
yesterday. Uh-huh.
Nice.
So I think I'm going to do like quite a few little socks, and they're all going to be about the same size of that one. So this one is in, I just started it, and it's so weird on the double points, but whatever. It's the little cup and the first stripe of the Lollipop Christmas Waltz. And I don't know if this little nubbin's going to be enough, but I have like quite a bit of the rest of the ball. This was just, I pulled this out, I think maybe to start the second sock or something. So anyway, that one's happening. And there's not a pattern that I'm using. It's just, I cast it on
A little sock.
a little sock.
Yeah.
I think it was like 40 stitches or something.
I made one and the proportions were really weird on it.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that. It's kind of, maybe I should have made the cuff longer.
For me, I should have made the cuff wider.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the proportions were weird.
Yeah. When I took it out of the bag to show everybody, they're like, who's that for? And I was like, my Christmas tree. Like, it kind of does look like a baby sock.
It does.
Yeah.
With I guess not a really small leg.
Yeah, I mean, it's 40 stitches.
Yeah.
So,
Cute.
yeah. So I have little socks on the tree.
I feel like maybe you need to talk to a little woodworker friend and make you little sock blockers for hanging them.
Oh.
Sorry, Mom.
Now, Dad, I know you watch sometimes to see what kind of knitting stuff I'm doing. How about some wee sock blockers? He did make me blockers for my stockings that I knit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he would. I'll trace it and send it to him and be like, if you have some free time.
You should do it, send it to him, and be like, next time you watch the podcast, this will make sense.
Yeah. P.S.
Because then he could even put a hole in it for the hanger.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Dad. We
Sorry.
figured it all out. Little tiny sock blockers are going to need to happen.
Yep.
Because I have a whole big old bag of sock yarn scraps in here.
So
That's
I
gonna
sent
happen.
you some cute little Christmas ornament, a link to Christmas ornaments the other day. Did you add them to the bundle?
I don't think so.
They were little woodsy animals.
They were super cute. They were super cute. Yes. No, I was doing something
They're super cute.
that inhibited me from doing
She'll
the other
add
thing.
them.
I will
They're
add
cute.
them. I can I find it with the little I button thing? The little thing on the phone?
That's just pictures. I sent you a link.
Oh. All right. Anywho. Okay, so.
All right. So this was. So for the ZK knit along,
That's so pretty.
they gave you for the month of, I think it was January and February, you could twin and get like double points or whatever it was for the knit along. So I had 2 twinning projects. My sweater, I was twinning with Diane of the Suburban Stitcher,
Which you got done.
which I got done.
Mm-hmm.
Big old failure right here. So this is the fingering weight brioche bandana cowl by, I am going to absolutely butcher her name.
So
And it's not on here, so it doesn't matter. It is Lavanya. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
She teaches a ton of brioche classes, I'm
Yes.
pretty sure.
Yes. So I am not done.
It's really pretty though.
Clearly. And I am doing this out of Unicorns of the Sea and Juicy.
I need to knit something in Juicy. It's such a pretty color. This is very pretty.
So this is my brioche bandana cowl. That is clearly not done.
Now, how much more do you have to go?
I don't know.
You're still going to finish it though.
I am going to finish it.
You just don't get extra points for
Yeah, I
it.
just don't get twinning points. So sorry, Jenny. I let you down.
Oh no, now she doesn't get 20 points either. Womp womp.
I'm a terrible friend. I'm a terrible friend. I'm sorry. But I really like it. It's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really easy knitting. I just haven't done it.
It's super cute.
So that's what I've got going on there.
It will look good with your thing if you make it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I have one more project that I'm working on, and it is,
I haven't seen this.
oh my gosh, it's huge now. And there's a lot of ends.
God.
No. I'll be like, I'll finish that next year with all those ends. All right, so.
Why aren't you just knitting the ends in? You're marling.
I don't know. I didn't think about it until you just said it now.
Yeah.
Maybe there won't be any more ends.
I mean, you're marling it anyways.
It's true. So this is the amazing Technicolor Dream Sweater by Stephen West, which is like,
They're like video games. Like,
yeah.
Anyway. I love him, but I don't understand sometimes.
Yeah. So when I saw...
I don't think we're supposed to, though.
Yeah. So when I saw this, his sweater, I thought, well, that's cool, right? When he released the
Can
pattern.
we also talk about these amazing pants?
Right?
They're like gold.
They are. I used to have some ballet flats for that were like that.
Caitlin and I had matching ballet flats like that.
Okay, so anyway, when he released the pattern, his photography is always like on point and gorgeous, right? But it's usually
an aesthetic.
It's not in colors and that I'm want to see. And I'm like so many knitters, unless I see something that's like in my wheelhouse, kind of, it's not often that I can imagine it, right? So my friend Danny was knitting one that was much more to my taste color-wise, which was all blues and purples, and it is huge. So anyway, hers was really pretty, and she let me try it on. Is it me, or does this side look way bigger than this side?
Yes.
Whatever. I don't know. Okay, so last time I had a sleeve that was like seed stitch. It's not supposed to be sleeve stitch. It's supposed to be.
That is clearly not symmetrical.
Yeah. Well, this side was the first side done. The decreases were, I don't know. I'm going to stretch it. I feel like I laid it on top of each other and it was the same. That's the center here. Anyway, so you like do the sleeve and then you knit. How much too short is it? Then you do the front. This side was stretched and folded a whole bunch of times. I feel like I counted across these little lumps up here and they were the same.
Maybe they are.
Yeah. It'll probably be easier to show it in halves anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start with the sleeve. And I did this tweed cuff, and then I did seed stitch because I did not read the directions, and it was supposed to be moss stitch, but whatever. I did 2 of them, sleeve stitch, so now that's how it is. And I just held the seam 2 colors the whole time for the sleeves, for both sleeves, so both sleeves are the same. And then I started marling with all the different colors, which I showed them all last time. And I did not like drop one at a time like I had talked about doing. I just dropped 2 because I don't know, I just felt like it. So it's kind of got some stripes in it, but I think it looks really cool. Like it's all over pretty much kind of gray, right? Mm-hmm. But it's got pops of colors. And so this is one side, and then you do it in pieces, right? So that's half, and that part was done. And then I knit the sleeve, and then did this part. It's showing up more stripy, I think, on the
it's
computer than it is here. And then there was like 2 options for seaming it. I chose to do the exposed seam, which it's still, I mean, it's same color, so it doesn't show that much, but I wanted it to be kind of stick out, be an outie seam instead of a inside seam. And anyway, and one side looks smaller, but it's not, it's the same. We're gonna go with that. It's gonna be so big anyway that it's not gonna, you're not gonna be able to tell. And so then you pick up held stitches along the sleeve and all the way down the side seam and start knitting across the back. And the back you do all in one piece, all the way across.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited about it. It's gonna definitely be kind of a different kind of sweater. So it's got like a little V, and the sleeves kind of hit kind of like the turtle dove sleeves, where it's kind of like elbow, dolmany kind of sleeve. And then you pick up, and somehow,
I'll put it over there.
Yeah. So, this part, you knit this part that's orange here, you like pick up in the shoulder and you like put it together like a saddle, but it's like a V in the tweedy.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited to get the back done and get that part done so I can try it on and be like, this is what it looks like. Because right now, it's like half a blanket on my legs.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But it's cool, right? I'm excited about it.
It is cool.
I'm really excited about all the yarns that I'm using. So I think I know what they are. I don't know the color names, but this one is Hedgehog. Some of them I know the color names. This is one I'm using right now. It's called Orbital.
Oracle.
No, It's not.
It's not Oracle?
This is Oracle, which I'm also using. I think Orbital, I think this was a club color, I think.
Oh.
I think. Not positive because my hedgehog stash is not simply limited to club colorways. This one's Oracle. This is probably my favorite hedgehog colorway.
You and everybody else on the planet.
It's so pretty. It's incredibly pretty. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't know what that one is off the top of my head. This one is Neighborhood Fiber Company. Next, this one is that yarn from Amsterdam, Fru Valborg, I believe, in the Penelope colorway. Isn't it pretty?
Mm-hmm.
This is Sneak, Queen City Yarn Sneak. And this is the Lemonade Shop, Toxic Oreo. This one is
Looks like a Peepaloo Fields.
Peepaloo Fields. And I think it's called Of Courage, I think. I think this one's also a Peepaloo Fields. Called something different. That's not what it's called, but it's called something different from the other one. And then this one is La Bien-Aimée. And that's Amy's sweater. This is what you brought me back from Disney the first year that you went, second year that you went, I think. And that's all the yarn, except for this one. This is the tweed, Joe Sharp Silk Road Aran tweed, which I've had in my stash forever, and I really love it.
Nice.
It's a nice tweed to work with. It's a nice yarn. So that's my last whip, and all of the yarn that goes with it. It's a lot, but I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun to work on. And it's really easy because it's just moss stitch. So no real thinking required, which is nice because, like I said, at the end of the day is when I'm knitting, and it's nice to not have to think when I'm doing it. Just kind of keep on knitting. So yes, those are all of the things I have on the needles that I'm working on. Ooh, what's that?
So this is a Fat Squirrel bag.
I don't think I've seen like a canvas fabric from her before.
It's got a little kitty cat.
Aw, I love it.
And some tulips. My favorite.
And some bicycles, because you're a bicycler now.
I don't know about that. We're working on it, but yeah. So, I love my Weekender. And so I want a second one, much like you, smaller, and I want to make it shorter.
Yeah.
So I picked up Nightshades.
And I am so jealous.
And this is the Talk Radio color. So it's purple. It's black and purple. Can you see? You can see the little flecks of purple up there at the top.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It's beautiful. So I have...
Is it amazing to knit with?
It is. I haven't knit on it since Virginia Beach.
Really?
I knit on it there after I finished this. I started on it. Because my goal was to only knit this that weekend. And try
You
and knit
told
it
me
all
that you were going to
weekend.
knit the whole Weekender in a weekend. And I was like, okay. But you did finish another sweater.
I finished the one I have on. That was supposed to already be done. So I started this on Saturday after we got back from the brewery. And, yeah.
Tell them about your tubular cast on thingy.
Okay. I don't like your tubular cast on that you use, which is the one from Azul Datique.
Right.
I think it's really fiddly. So I do the one from Brooklyn Tweed that has you start with waste yarn and you cast on like a long tail cast on, and then you make your purl stitches, and then you switch to your regular yarn. You make your purl stitches. So it ends up being an additional setup row plus a basically provisional cast on that you're not doing as a provisional. You're just doing it as a long tail cast on. So if you look closely, you can see that it's really hard in this black yarn,
but my knit stitch is in the actual cast on, and then you make a stitch for the pearls.
I have not done this technique yet because every time I go to cast something on and I'm like, I want to do a tubular cast on, I don't ever have waste yarn and I'm sitting down.
Gotcha.
So the other thing
never
that
done it.
I really like about this one is you start it using a smaller size needle. And what that does is it makes it obviously smaller, but I think it makes it even cleaner because then when you transition to the slip stitches, you transition to your actual needle, and that I think it's cleaner. I am currently working on a design, and I did a tubular cast on with 2 colors, and the way to do that is it's not going to be on the pattern. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
One of the reasons I didn't like it is because I did it with the needle size that I was knitting with, and it's bigger and it's clunkier. Like, I
Yeah.
like how tight and clean this is because of the smaller needles, which I could have done in the pattern, but the pattern, you've seen it. It doesn't need a rib.
Right. The Andrea Mowry hat that I did that used the
That's
2
what
color
I-
tubular cast on, it was the cuff of the hat. The part was done on smaller needles. But the cast on wasn't actually done on smaller needles, and then you switched to smaller needles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that's the video I watched, was her 2 color tubular cast on, which is the same as Isolde's.
Yeah.
It's just
Using 2.
just
colors,
using
yeah.
2 colors. But I did it for the swatching that I was doing for this design, and
Yeah, it doesn't need a rib.
it doesn't need a rib, so that was one reason to nix it. And if I was gonna do it, and if I was gonna call for that in a pattern, I would tell you to do it on a smaller size,
Yeah.
just to tighten it up and clean it up.
Now, you can only find the instructions for this cast on, and can you find it?
It is on their website.
Is it?
It is on the Brooklyn Dude website.
I'll have to link to it.
It's-
I'll link to Isolde's, and I'll link to
Yeah.
this one, so you guys can take a look. I haven't tried this one yet, but
I like it. I think it's cleaner. I think it's simpler. It is a couple more steps, but like I said, I like it better. But it is on their website, and it's what I call for in the Nita Narwhal cowl.
oh, okay.
So,
Nice.
but
I want some of this yarn. That's so pretty. I really like the one that's like teal. I like this one too.
I bought this and this while I was in Raleigh.
This will look good over top of that too.
Yes. Again, why I'm making it shorter, more fitted.
The one
Because
that
I'm clearly in a I want sweaters over dresses kick.
Yeah. The one that I just finished, that Merled one, is a bit shorter too. And I love it so much. Actually, so I was knitting on the Stephen West thing last night, and I was thinking about my weekender, wondering whether it was clean because I want to wear it tomorrow. And I was like, you could do a weekender holding 2 fingering weight together and more
Oh,
on it.
absolutely. You might need to do 3.
What do you mean? I thought 2 fingering weight gives you worsted.
It's more of a DK.
Eh.
Either way.
Yeah.
And that is DK.
Is it?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
But
Well, I feel like shelter doesn't feel like a worsted to me.
it's
Because
very
woolen
similar.
spun.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
similar to worsted.
Is that a woolen spun or is it a worsted spun?
I think it's a woolen spun.
I think it is too. And it's Cormo,
Yes.
right?
it is
So it's
woolen
like,
spun.
it's so pretty.
Yes.
Yarn envy.
So yes, giant bag.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. I think that's it. Now we get to show things off. Let's see. Look on my paper that I made notes on. Okay. I was going to talk about the website some. Show your thing.
So did a pattern for Virginia Beach.
Mm-hmm.
The Nita Narwhal cowl. That Caitlin and I had tons of fun modeling.
Oh, she was all about being a model. Like, she told all her friends at school that she was a model. She was going to be in a book. And then she clarified with me that it was a pattern, but she was going to be on the front page. It
She
was
is
funny.
on the front page.
It was funny. She was very excited about it. She had a lot of fun doing the modeling with you.
Yeah. I mean,
And she's worn her narwhal shirt quite a few times since.
good.
Yeah.
Her mom's gonna knit her a cowl.
I know. I need to. But I just made
You're
her
not gonna
sweater.
show her that sweater one.
I am not.
So one of my test knitters took this pattern
So cute.
and turned it into a sweater for her daughter.
Yeah. And I commented too, and I was like, this is adorable. I am not showing Caitlin.
No, don't show
Because she would want it right away. And I just knit her that ballet wrap, so I feel like she's good for a while.
She's good.
Yeah.
She's good till she grows a little.
Yeah, true.
So, this is the first sample that I did. So it is a little different than what the actual pattern is.
Is it?
It is. So the pattern only calls for a 1x1 rib. Partly because the Brooklyn Tweed website doesn't tell you how to do a 2x2 tubular cast on.
You like just move things around, right? That's annoying though. I'm glad you did 1x1. That's my favorite.
Yes. So I didn't want to, in the pattern, have you follow the Brooklyn Tweed website for that cast on and then come back to the pattern to change
How to do it.
stitches around. Like,
Yeah. Good call.
so it's a 1x1 in the pattern. And then, so this is the adult version. And then our amazing test knitter / sample knitter / first employee, Diana, knit the kid version with the caveat that she got to keep the kid version for her daughter.
Yeah,
So-
Caitlin couldn't understand why she didn't get to bring that cowl home. And I was like,
Because it's
'cause
Maria's.
it's not yours. It
It's Maria's.
belongs to another little girl who loves unicorns of the sea.
Yes. So that is the Nita Narwhal cowl. Mm-hmm. So there are two sizes in the pattern. There's the adult size and the kid size. Mm-hmm. So you can make one for one of your favorite shorty friends. And we've got kits for it on the website. We've got we've got 3 kits. We've got the sock kit that
Right.
obviously isn't for the pattern. It's 1 skein of each colorway. And then the cowl kits, so technically cowl kits, there's 2 of them. There's this big one that gives you enough yarn to make one for you and your little friend. Mm-hmm. Or the regular one just has 2 skeins of yarn, which is enough to make either one for you or one for a little friend. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to do both, you need 2 skeins of the tonal. Mm-hmm. And we put this together as a whole kit with Java Jenny. There is a beautiful bag that you can't really see in there. And then some yarn socks and some stitch markers, some from Jenny, and then
With a narwhal.
and then a beautiful little crown for us. There's enough stitch markers in there that is called for in the pattern.
That's awesome.
Yes. And then it also includes the pattern. That's what that white piece of paper is. So there's a download code in there for your pattern.
That's awesome.
All in one place.
Yeah, so we have these in
Buy a
the shop
project.
now. The last time I talked about it, they weren't available for everybody
For the
to order.
world?
Right, yeah, it was just for the yarn getaway goers. So now we have some in the shop, and you can order those, and we can send them right out to you, and you get all the goodies and
Yes.
everything.
Yep.
So, do you need a narwhal?
You need a narwhal.
Yeah.
So, and thank you to Pam from Pam Bailey, who came up with the amazing name.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Aw,
It was not me.
it's
Pam
super
came
cute.
up with that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
So
what
we
you
have,
got over there?
we have a couple of new colorways to show. I showed Deep Eddy, which is our new spring speckle. I'm super in love with this colorway. Do you know coral is the color of the year? And so this coordinates with all of our corals, which as you could see in that cowl that I made. So that's a new speckle. And then green is my favorite color. It's so pretty. It like glows.
The computer screen is not doing it justice.
It's not. It looks more matte there, but like literally, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not going to do it.
It's so pretty. Just imagine this, but way prettier.
So, it's almost, I want to call it neon, but it's not neon.
No, it's like a Kelly green,
Yeah.
but it has like a glow or like a sheen to it. It looks much more matte on the on the screen here.
Yeah.
Maybe when you watch it, sometimes it's like a little different when you watch back. I don't know. But it's like a Kelly green.
It's beautiful.
So it's my favorite color, and I love creating new greens for the shop. And so we named it Irish Disappearing Trick. And yeah, so it's kind of a nod to how my husband leaves a party. And we always tease him about that. And then coincidentally, it also matches his favorite Eagles throwback jersey. So, and he was kind of actually like, why didn't you name it something Eagles? And I'm like, an Eagles colorway is coming, don't you worry. Janice has her Panthers colorway. There'll be an Eagles
We're Queen
colorway.
City yarn. We're not Philadelphia City yarn.
That's okay. I'm a fan. Fans are all over the place. So, coming this fall, Eagles colorway. But this one is called Irish Disappearing Trick, and it's a gorgeous green, and it's perfect for St. Patrick's Day, or all of your like green lovin'.
Green Lovin' needs.
Yeah.
The
I'm all
front
about
page
it.
of the website currently has that, Peridot, and Lush, which are fantastic.
Right.
St. Patrick's Day greens.
Right. Okay, so that's what we have there, and then
You're gonna knit something out of that, aren't you?
I am. So I'm trying to decide if I want to use Noda and knit the oh man, what's the name of the sweater Mom's knitting right now? I think it's called Coco. I think that's what's K-O-K-O. I'm pretty sure. And it's by somebody called Erie, E-R-I, I think. Anyway, it's a oversized raglan pullover that's got a little bit of a V-neck. And the details going down the raglan, there's like, it's like a rib, it's like twisted stitch in there. It's really pretty. And then under the arm, it's like got like a gusset of those, and that continues down the side.
Ooh.
And the back is a little bit longer than the front. It's super duper pretty. I'll see if I can pull it up. Or, oh, actually this one. This is, or I might knit DK and do this. How is it, people do the thing where they like change the darkness or something on there? It doesn't work.
I don't know how to use your phone.
Don't you have the same phone as me?
No, I have an older version of our phone.
Oh, I think it's in settings here. I'll see if
How
I
do
can
I
find it
get to your settings?
on the button, the settings button.
Oh, because you can like swipe up to it.
Oh, evidently not here. Okay, well, I think, yeah, there's the brightness. Okay, so this one is called Amalia, and it's by This Bird Knits. This one is a DK, and it's like a cropped sweater. I would make mine a little bit longer, I think.
It's cute.
Yeah, so I think that's super cute. And actually, it's knit on such big needles, like 9/11. I told Janice, I was like, if I started that now, I could totally have it done for St. Patty's Day. So that one's DK. Maybe. Who knows? There's a lot of things that have to happen between now and St. Patty's Day.
Do we have any of that on DK?
There's a dye lot.
There was a dye lot in the shop.
Yeah, well, see, that's my conundrum, because then I'm like, oh, if I take it, then it won't be there for other people.
You've got dyeing to do this weekend.
I got a lot of dyeing to do.
Both have a lot of dyeing.
There's, like, bins of undyed yarn that are, like, tied up in the other room,
I just have boxes of yarn.
waiting to be
Mine aren't tied.
dyed. I have, most everything is mixed, too, but there's a lot of dyeing to do.
Yes.
And the dye days are very full, so, like, all the pots are full, planned wise. I don't know.
I think you should do a dye lot of it for yourself.
On Biddleville and make that crop top? Yeah, probably. I don't know. The internet in the playroom is not working, so I can't show you the other one. But it's super cute, and I think it's called Coco. And
You can
it's in fingering weight. So it would be a while. It would be knitting on it for a while.
Yeah. It's about to get warm.
I know.
You'd wear that.
The fingering weight one?
No, you'd wear that little cropped one.
Yeah, probably.
Be a good spring sweater.
Yeah. Because I have that DK, Woolmine's DK top. I wore it last podcast, actually. That's short sleeves. And I wear that later into the warmer times of year. Okay. Well, maybe I'm going to do that crop top then.
Just add a dye lot of DK to your plans.
Yeah. All right. So that's happening. I'm convinced.
There you
That
go.
was an easy sell.
Was.
All right. So
Is that it?
I think so. Oh, no. Let's talk about a little bit about the website.
Okay.
So on the website, there's yarn. There's links to the podcast. And
Open your phone.
there's also it lists the events that we're going to be at. And the next event coming up is we'll see this would be awesome if the internet was working. The next event that's coming up is a pop-up shop at Do You Knit for their yarn
Why don't
crawl.
you just turn off your Wi-Fi?
I don't know.
There's got to be a way to pull up this quick thing. All of you iPhone 10 people are just like, what? There it is.
What are you talking about? Oh, the website. Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
the website's working.
Okay, so we're gonna be at Do You Knit. Oh, look,
This is Kristen's favorite part.
I'm on the front page. What? Moving on up. Yeah, I did just sing on the podcast. Sorry for everybody. Anyway, so we're both gonna be at Do You Knit. Usually, Janice goes to all of the things. And I stay home and mom the kids and all that stuff. But I'm going this time too. And I'm really excited. It's a 2-day pop-up at Do You Knit.
Yes.
And we'll have some like girl time to hang out. Sure we'll be tired, but like we'll still get to like sit around in our PJs and maybe like drink some wine and knit or something.
I'm sure we can handle that.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's going to be so much fun. So we're going up there. That is April
4th and 5th.
4th and 5th. And so we're really excited about that. So all of our events are on there. And there's also, in the About Us, there's a thing for wholesale. So if you want your local yarn shop to start carrying Queen City yarn so you can see all this gorgeousness in person, they can sign up to be a wholesaler or be a stockist on our website. Because we still have some spots available for that. We're taking some new stockists. And
This is one of my favorite parts. So if you go to our yarn tab, there is then a patterns place. And it shows every Queen City pattern that either you or I have designed. There's Caitlin and I. Isn't she adorable? Or other designers that we've worked with. So that's a Tanis Gray pattern. So is that one. That one is from Laura. So yeah, they're all there. And then if you click on them, it ports you right over to Ravelry where you can buy them.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. So
it's
there's
one of my
lots,
favorite features.
lots of cool stuff on the website. And it seems like y'all are coming up with cool new things to do on there all the time.
Yeah, and there's a couple of things we still need to work on the custom order thing, but
That'll be coming soon.
I need to have
For
time.
now, if you want a custom order, send us an email.
Just email us.
Yeah, and we'll make it happen for you.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Yay.
cool website
like,
stuff.
Yeah. So we're like at an hour and a half. It's a long time.
It's a long time.
But it's good. Yay for having a podcast together again. Hopefully we'll continue to be able to do this. I'm so soft. I'm like a teddy bear.
Is this weird?
A little bit. That's okay though. It's not out of the ordinary for us to be
Actually,
weird.
it is. I don't.
No, not
like
to
that
pet
you-
me, but to be weird. It's just, I don't
Us
know.
being weird is yes, but I don't typically pet you. That's a new one.
I think that's probably the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
On that note,
I think that's it.
I think so too. Well, happy knitting, everybody. It'll probably be. Hopefully, I'll get another podcast. Hopefully, we'll get another one in at the end of the month. If not, April. I mean, it seems like once a month is kind of what's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe April. Maybe the end of the month, but also maybe April. Or after that. I don't know. Stay tuned. And I'm going to put some show notes on the website. And yeah, if I don't put something on there that you want to know, just send me a message. And I'll let you know. So anyway, happy knitting. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.